They stood at the edge of promise. The land lay before them, fertile, rich, waiting. They had seen the sea split open. They had eaten bread from heaven. They had stood at the foot of a mountain wrapped in fire. And still, they would not enter. This is the book of Numbers. It begins not with rebellion, but with order. At Mount Sinai, the people are counted, tribe by tribe, name by name. A census is taken. More than 600,000 men, besides women and children. An entire nation formed in the wilderness. The camp is arranged with precision. Each tribe given its place, each banner raised. The tabernacle at the center, God in the middle, his people surrounding him. They are organized, prepared, ready to move. And when the cloud lifts from above the tabernacle, they begin their journey. The wilderness stretches before them, dry, harsh, unforgiving, but they do not walk alone. By day, a cloud leads them. By night, fire gives them light. The presence of God goes before them. Yet the journey is barely begun. When the murmuring starts, complaints rise like smoke. The people grow restless. They remember Egypt, not the chains, not the whips, but the food. We remember the fish, the cucumbers, the melons. They despise the manna. Bread from heaven is no longer enough. Their craving becomes rebellion. God gives them what they demand. Quail falls in abundance. Meat fills the camp. And with it, a plague. Because desire without trust always carries a cost. Even leaders are not immune. Miriam and Aaron speak against Moses. Jealousy takes root. Authority is questioned. And Miriam is struck with leprosy, restored only after humility and intercession. The journey continues until they reach the edge of Canaan, the land promised to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. 12 men are chosen, one from each tribe. They enter the land as spies. For 40 days they explore. They return carrying fruit so large, it must be borne on a staff between two men. The land is good, flowing with milk and honey, but the cities are fortified. The people are strong. Giants walk the land. 10 spies speak fear into the camp. We are not able. They are stronger than we are. We were like grasshoppers in their sight. Only 2 stand firm, Joshua, Caleb. The Lord is with us. Fear them not. But fear spreads faster than faith. The people weep through the night. They speak of returning to Egypt. They speak of choosing another leader. They speak of surrender. The promise stands before them, and they turn away. God's response is swift. This generation will not enter. 40 days of spying become 40 years of wandering. A year for each day, until the unbelieving generation falls in the wilderness. The people attempt to go forward anyway, without the presence of God, without the ark, without the blessing, and they are defeated. Because courage without obedience is only presumption. Rebellion does not end there. Korah rises against Moses. 250 leaders join him. They challenge the authority God has established. The earth opens. It swallows them alive. Fire consumes those who offered unauthorized incense. The camp trembles. Holiness still burns at the center. Time passes. The wilderness becomes a graveyard. Names fade. Graves multiply. Even Moses falters. At Meribah, the people cry again for water. God commands Moses to speak to the rock. Instead, he strikes it. Once. Twice. Water flows. But the act reveals something deeper. Impatience. Frustration. Failure to honor God before the people. And even Moses is told, "You will see the land, but you will not enter it." The weight of unbelief touches even the faithful. As the years pass, a new generation rises. They have not seen Egypt. They have not seen the Red Sea. But they have grown up under the cloud. They have buried their parents in desert sand. The journey circles toward its end. There are victories, battles won against surrounding kings. There is also strange mercy. A pagan prophet named Balaam is summoned to curse Israel. But every attempt to curse becomes a blessing. Even a donkey speaks truth, when the prophet will not see. God's promise remains unbroken, even when his people falter. Yet the wilderness leaves its mark. When the people grow impatient again, they speak against God. Fiery serpents enter the camp. Many are bitten. Many die. The people cry out, and God instructs Moses to lift up a bronze serpent on a pole. Whoever looks upon it lives, not by strength, not by merit, but by trusting obedience. Finally, after 40 years, another census is taken. The old generation has passed. A new number stands ready, poised once more at the edge of promise. Numbers is not merely a record of counting. It is a record of testing, of fear battling faith, of promise standing firm. While hearts waver, they saw miracles. They heard God's voice. They walked beneath his cloud. And still, unbelief kept them from rest. The tragedy of Numbers is not that the land was unreachable. It is that it was refused. Yet even in judgment, mercy remains. A new generation stands ready. The promise to Abraham has not failed. God remains faithful, even when his people are not. At the edge of the promised land, a choice stands once more. Not between strength and weakness, but between trust and fear. Between faith and unbelief. The wilderness has spoken. The question remains, will the next generation enter